You think you own this place? The officer's voice cuts through the air like a whip. He slams her shoulder into the glass counter. Bang! A crack runs across it. The woman gasps, steadying herself. Her hands rise slowly. Don't move! Another officer barks, gun half drawn. Perfume bottles clatter to the floor. Shattered glass glitters between their boots. I said, "Who gave you the keys?" The first one growled. His badge gleams beneath the fluorescent light. Sweat beads on his temple, aggression masked as authority. Her voice trembles but stays firm. I didn't steal the keys. Oh, yeah? He yanks her bag off the counter, dumps it. Lipstick, receipts, and a wallet scatter. You break in here after hours and now you're pretending I didn't break in. Her chin lifts. This is my store. The crowd outside presses closer to the windows, phones raised. Murmurs ripple through the street. The officer freezes for a moment, caught off guard, then scoffs. Your store? Lady, don't make me laugh. She locks eyes with him, voice low, steady. You can laugh later, after you check the name on that sign. He turns, glances at the gold letters above the door. Maya's Boutique, then back at her. His jaw tightens. Hands behind your back. Click. The cuffs close around her wrists. She winces. Someone in the crowd yells, "She's the owner!" But the officer ignores it. He pushes her toward the exit. Her phone vibrates on the counter. Missed call. Law office. Harper and Jones. Outside, the crowd's voices swell. Inside, Maya whispers through her pain. You're making the biggest mistake of your life. The officer leans close, almost hissing. Lady, the only mistake here is thinking you belong behind that counter. And with that, he drags her into the flashing blue lights. The patrol car door slams. Maya's reflection stares back from the tinted glass, wrists cuffed, mascara streaked, disbelief burning in her eyes. Please, she says through the small gap in the window. At least let me show you the registration papers. They're inside the drawer. The officer in the passenger seat laughs. Yeah, and I'm the president. Sit back. He scrolls through his phone while the driver radios in. Female suspect? Mid-30s, possible break-in. Maya's heart pounds. The word suspect hits harder than the cuffs. From the sidewalk, voices rise. She didn't break in! That's her store! Phones are filming. The crowd grows by the second. A teenage boy yells, "Search Google! Maya's Boutique. She's the owner." The younger officer hesitates. Should we at least check that? His partner glares. We don't need a fact check from some kid. The back door opens. Rough hands pull Maya out again. You want to play smart? Fine, you'll explain everything downtown. I'm not going anywhere. Her tone sharpens, trembling between fear and rage. This is my property. You can't drag me out of my own business. He steps closer, towering over her. Lady, this isn't your property anymore. It's a crime scene. Maya exhales, fighting tears. You think owning a store looks like me, don't you? You saw my skin before you saw the truth. The younger cop looks away, uneasy. We should at least let her call someone. Enough! The senior snaps. You think every loudmouth claiming discrimination gets a phone call now? A customer, an older woman with shopping bags, pushes through the crowd. Officer, please, I bought a dress from her last week. She's the owner. Ma'am, step back. No! The woman shouts. You're humiliating her for nothing. The crowd roars louder. Cameras flash. Someone chants, let her go. The senior officer waves at his partner. Control the crowd now. Maya, still cuffed, stares at the chaos unfolding. Her voice softens, not weak but steady. You're so busy proving your power you can't even see your mistake. The officer sneers. Power's the only thing keeping people like you in line. He grabs her by the arm again, but she doesn't flinch. Then you better hold tight, she says. Because that power's about to slip. The moment freezes, tension thick enough to choke the air. Flashlights, cameras, angry eyes everywhere. And in that silence, somewhere deep in the crowd, a voice yells the first truth that starts to break the world open. Check the business license. It's got her name on it. The officer yanks her closer, whispering through clenched teeth. Keep running your mouth and you'll spend the night in a cell. Maya stumbles, still cuffed, her wrist twisting painfully. You already locked me up in front of my own store. What's left to prove? He pushes her toward the patrol car again, the metal biting into her back. The younger officer hesitates, glancing at the phone's recording from every angle. "Sir, maybe we should do your job, rookie." The senior snaps, his voice shaking with the edge of panic. The crowd chants louder. "Let her go! Let her go!" Someone starts a live stream captioned, "Black business owner falsely arrested." Maya's breathing slows. She straightens up despite the pain. "You can break my wrist," she says quietly, "but you can't erase my name from that sign." The officer grabs her purse from the hood of the car, dumps it open again, receipts, keys, ID, everything. "What's this?" he says, pulling out a business card. He reads aloud, mocking, "Maya Brooks, owner and founder." He smirks. "Cute prop. It's real," she replies. "Sure it is." He tosses the card into the street. "Maybe next you'll say you own the city, too." A teenager rushes forward, picking up the card. "She's telling the truth. Google it!" The officer shoves the kid back. "Get out of here!" Maya's tone hardens. "You touch him again and you'll regret it." "Oh, yeah?" He growls, stepping into her space. "What are you gonna do? Cry on camera?" Her wrists strain against the cuffs. "No, I'm gonna remember your name." For a brief second, something flickers in his eyes. Fear, maybe. But he hides it under a sneer. He gestures to the younger cop. "Search for her." Purse pockets everything. The younger one hesitates. "Sir, she's cuffed. Search for her." He reluctantly reaches for the bag again, hands trembling slightly. The world around them feels smaller now, tighter, every shout from the crowd bouncing off the walls. "Stop," Maya says, her voice slicing through the noise. "You're humiliating me for your ego. You can't find what's already yours. The truth." The younger cop's hand freezes midair. His eyes dart to the ID again, to her trembling lips, to the sign behind her, Maya's boutique. He mutters almost to himself, "She's right." "What'd you say?" The senior officer barks. "Nothing, sir." But his face says everything. Maya lifts her chin. "Keep digging. All you'll find is your mistake." The air thickens. 2 cops, 1 woman, 50 witnesses. Power cracks like glass, still intact, but seconds from breaking. Her pulse pounds as the cuffs bite deeper into her wrists, but the noise around her starts to fade. The shouts, the sirens, the flashing lights, all dissolve into a low hum, and suddenly, it's not the street she's standing on. It's her mother's small living room years ago. A younger Maya kneels on the floor, receipts and loan papers scattered everywhere. Her hands tremble. "They said I don't have enough collateral, Mama. They said I should find a real job." Her mother sits across from her, apron still on, flour dusting her hands, eyes full of fire. "They'll always say that, baby, because people like us ain't supposed to own things. We're supposed to serve." Maya wipes her eyes. "Then what do I do?" Her mother leans closer, presses a hand over hers. "You fight until your name's on that door. And when it is, don't ever bow to someone who tries to take it from you." Flash. The memory fades. The crowd's roar floods back in. Maya blinks, tears catching the blue and red lights. The younger officer's still holding her bag awkwardly, unsure what to do next. The senior's pacing like a wolf, talking into his radio. "Yeah, we got her. Claiming she owns the place, but no proof yet." Maya's voice cuts through his chatter. "There's proof." Behind the counter under the register, a folder. Blue cover. "My business license, my tax forms, everything." He looks at her, amused. "You think I'm falling for that?" She smiles faintly, not desperate, but certain. "No, I think you're scared to check it." His face twitches. "What did you just say?" "You heard me." "You don't want to look because you already know you're wrong." The younger cop shifts. "Sir, maybe we should—" The senior officer slams a hand on the hood of the car. "We're not checking anything." Maya flinches but doesn't look away. "You want to break me because I built something you couldn't imagine me owning." He stares at her, silence stretching between them, broken only by the recording phones. Then, faintly, her mother's voice echoes again in her head. "They'll never see you as the owner. Baby, until you make them." Maya straightens her back. "You wanted to see a suspect? Fine. But when you read that folder, you'll be looking at your mistake in ink." Her words hang in the air like a warning, and for the first time, the officer hesitates. His authority, his armor, started to crack under her calm. "Maya!" The voice comes from behind the crowd. A woman in a floral apron pushes her way forward. Elena, the store's assistant. She's clutching a folder to her chest, breathing hard. "Officers, please!" she shouts. "I have the papers, the license, the lease, the bank documents, everything." The crowd parts. Cameras tilt toward her. The younger cop turns, relief flickering across his face. "Sir, she's got documentation." "Stay out of this!" the senior officer snaps. Elena stumbles closer, holding out the folder. Her name's on every single page. Maya Brooks, owner, founder, taxpayer. The officer grabs the folder from her hand and flips it open. He scans the first sheet, his brow tightens. Then he slams it shut and tosses it onto the car hood. Could be fake. The crowd erupts. "What? He's lying!" "It's got seals on it." Elena's face reddens. "You can call the city office. Her registration's public." "Ma'am," I said, "step back." Maya's voice cuts through the chaos, sharp as glass. "You've got proof right there. Why are you still holding me?" The officer steps forward, lowering his voice to a growl. "Because people like you forge things when they get desperate." The words hang in the air. Gasps ripple through the onlookers. Maya exhales slowly. "You really believe that, don't you? That a woman like me can't build something without cheating?" "Save your speeches," he spits. But the younger cop can't stay silent anymore. "Sir, the paperwork's real. There's an official city stamp." The senior turns sharply. "Are you questioning me?" "No, sir, I'm just saying." "Then shut your mouth." He snatches the folder again and waves it at Maya. "If you think this proves anything, you're wrong. You're still coming with us." "Then you'll have to drag me," she says. Their eyes lock. The weight of years of prejudice colliding in one burning stare. "You really think you're untouchable because you own some boutique?" he says. "No," she replies softly. "I think I'm untouchable because I'm right." The crowd roars again. The officer's jaw clenches. Cameras zoom in. Someone's live stream counter hits 30,000 viewers. Maya looks at him with steady defiance. "Go ahead. Finish what you started. But when this video hits the news, you'll wish you'd listened." The officer's grip tightens on her arm. Too tight, his anger boiling. But before he can move, the younger one blurts out, "Sir, stop! You're on camera!" The senior freezes, eyes darting toward the dozens of phones pointed straight at him. The chant begins again, louder this time. "Let her go! Let her go!" And for the first time, the man in uniform looks afraid. The crowd spills into the street now, car horns blaring, voices rising. Maya stands cuffed but unbroken, her shoulders squared beneath the flashing red and blue lights. A young man near the front, phone raised high, shouts, "We're live! They're arresting a black business owner in her own store!" The live stream chat explodes. Hearts, angry emojis, thousands of comments flying up the screen. "Is this real? They're still doing this? Name and badge number now!" The younger cop glances around nervously. "Sir, we're being recorded everywhere." "I don't care," the senior growls. "This whole thing ends when I say it does." He moves to shove Maya into the car again, but the crowd surges forward. Dozens of voices overlap. "Let her go! Check the paperwork! She owns that place!" Maya plants her feet. "You can't silence them all," he glares at her. "Watch me." A bottle smashes near his boots. The crowd gasps. The tension snaps, like a wire pulled too tight. Within minutes, more squad cars arrive, sirens screaming. Officers step out, forming a shaky barrier between Maya and the furious onlookers. Through the chaos, Elna keeps recording. "The whole world's watching," she mutters into her phone. "They can't hide it anymore." A deep voice echoes from a police SUV pulling up. A new arrival. "What the hell's going on here?" Heads turn. The precinct captain steps out, gray-haired, sharp-eyed, adjusting his cap as he surveys the scene. "Sir," the senior officer says quickly, "we caught a suspect breaking into a retail store." The captain's gaze lands on Maya. Bruised wrists, the folder on the hood, the crowd screaming behind her. She looks more like the victim than the suspect. "She's lying." the senior insists. Claims she owns it. Probably forged papers. Maya meets the captain's stare, calm and unwavering. My name's Maya Brooks. I own Maya's boutique. The documents are right there. The captain studies her face for a long moment. Then he picks up the folder, flips through the pages. His expression darkens. Not in disbelief, but in recognition. He looks at the senior officer. You said her name's Maya Brooks? Yes, sir. Something flickers in the captain's eyes, the faintest trace of discomfort. He closes the folder slowly. Everyone lower your weapons, the crowd murmurs. Maya narrows her eyes. You know who I am, don't you? The captain doesn't answer right away. Uncuff her. The senior hesitates. Sir, now. The cuffs click open. Maya rubs her wrists, the red marks shining under the streetlight. The crowd cheers, but beneath the cheers, the captain's jaw tightens. He knows exactly who she is and why this arrest feels like more than a mistake. Maya steps closer, voice low but cutting. You remember me now, don't you, Captain? He looks away. We'll talk inside. No, she says. We'll talk right here. The captain's silence says everything. His eyes flick between Maya, the crowd, and the senior officer who's suddenly gone pale. Maya steps closer, her voice steady. You remember the complaint I filed 2 years ago against your department? Racial profiling, excessive force, whispers ripple through the onlookers. Cameras zoom in. The captain's jaw tightens. That's not relevant right now. It's exactly relevant, she says. Because I reported your men, and now one of them just dragged me out of my own business in front of half the city. The crowd gasps. Elena covers her mouth. The senior officer stammers, Sir, I didn't know. Yes, you did, Maya cuts in, her tone sharp. You knew exactly who I was when you called me lady like it was an insult. You just didn't expect anyone to film it. The younger cop lowers his head. The captain sighs, rubbing the bridge of his nose, suddenly aware of every phone recording his reaction. Miss Brooks, he says quietly. Why don't we step inside, away from the cameras? Maya shakes her head. No, you kept my hands behind my back while people watched. Now you can face them too. The crowd cheers. Say it out loud. Tell them what you did. The captain's voice cracks. This isn't the time or place. It's the perfect place, Maya says. Because you wanted power without accountability. But that ends tonight. She turns to the younger cop. What's your name? He hesitates. Officer Daniel Harper, ma'am. Daniel, she says softly. You saw everything. Tell them what you saw. He swallows hard, glancing at his partner, then at the captain. His voice shakes. She didn't break in. She was standing behind the counter when we arrived. Everything she said was true. The crowd erupts, shouts, applause. The senior officer lunges forward. You little... Enough, the captain barks. Get back in the car, officer. Maya's eyes don't leave him. You can't silence the truth anymore. It's live, it's everywhere. From somewhere in the crowd, a woman yells, It's trending! 50,000 viewers! The captain turns to Maya, lowering his tone. You've made your point. No, she says. I'm making history. He stiffens, glances again at the live-streaming phones, and mutters to his radio, Dispatch, release statement draft. We have a situation. Situation, Maya repeats bitterly. That's what you call it when the truth finally shows its face. The captain looks at her, the weight of public exposure pressing down. You think this video saves you? Maya smiles faintly. No, it saves you from pretending this didn't happen. For the first time, he looks genuinely shaken. The crowd's chant grows again, echoing down the street. Justice for Maya! Justice for Maya! The captain stands stiff, lips pressed tight as the chants swell. Justice for Maya! Justice for Maya! The entire street has turned into a sea of raised phones and furious eyes. Maya steps closer until they're inches apart. You can't control this anymore, she says. The world's already watching. He glances at his radio, voice low. Dispatch, stand by. Do not engage the crowd. The senior officer shifts nervously beside him, muttering, Sir, what do we do now? You wait, the captain says grimly. But Maya's already pulling free. She walks back toward her boutique door, the cuffs dangling loose in her hands like proof of everything they'd done wrong. Where are you going? The captain calls after her. To unlock what's mine. She stops at the shattered glass door, picks up her dropped keys, and turns them slowly in the lock. The door clicks open, a small sound, but it hits like thunder. The crowd roars. Maya steps inside her shop, bruised and trembling, yet every movement radiates ownership, dignity, and power reclaimed. She turns on the lights, one by one, soft golden glows spilling over the shelves, dresses, and photos of her and her late mother smiling beside the grand opening banner. Outside, the captain's radio crackles. Headquarters, release order. The department's under review. All involved officers to stand down immediately, he freezes. Say that again? Orders from above. The mayor's office saw the live stream. Maya hears it too. She turns back, standing in her doorway like the queen of the space they tried to strip from her. The mayor? She says softly. Guess my store's finally got VIP attention. The senior officer stares at his captain, panic creeping into his voice. Sir, this can't... Shut up, the captain mutters. The crowd starts clapping, slow, unified, powerful. Dozens of hands rising. The chant changes. Apologize! Apologize! The captain's throat works, but no words come out. Maya steps down from the threshold, eyes fixed on him. You cuffed me without proof. You called me a liar in front of my community. Now say it. His voice cracks. Miss Brooks. Not we, she interrupts. You, a long pause. Then quiet, broken. I'm sorry. The crowd cheers, tears, and disbelief mixing into one thunderous wave. Maya nods slowly. Good. Now say it to every black woman who ever had to prove she earned what she already built. The captain can't meet her gaze. His silence is an answer of its own. She takes a step back toward her store, voice strong enough for every camera to catch. Power's only real until truth walks in the room. The crowd explodes. Applause, chants, flashes. The tide has turned. Maya walks back behind her counter, touches the cracked glass where it all began, and smiles faintly. The symbol of her brokenness has become her proof of victory. Outside, the officers retreat under a storm of camera lights. The power has flipped, and this time, it's permanent. The street is a battlefield turned monument. The flashing lights fade to the steady glow of camera phones. Maya stands at the center. No cuffs, no fear, just silence filled with victory. The captain lingers near the curb, speaking low into his radio. Yes, she's free. No charges. His voice trembles. His authority, once iron, now ash. Maya steps out from her store, folder in hand. Captain, she says calmly, I want your badge number for my records. He hesitates. That won't be necessary. It's necessary for accountability, she says. You taught me that tonight. The younger officer, Daniel, hands her a small notepad. Ma'am, I'll write it down. She nods, her voice softening. You did the right thing when it counted. Don't ever lose that. He lowers his eyes. I won't forget this night. Good, she replies. Neither will the city. The senior officer glares at her as the cameras catch every angle. You ruined my career. Maya turns to him unshaken. No, you ruined it when you thought a badge meant you were untouchable. He scoffs. You people always play the victim. Maya steps closer, her tone cutting like steel. And you people never realize you're the villain until the world's watching. He looks away, because he knows she's right. Reporters push through the crowd. Microphones, flashes, questions. Maya, what will you do now? Are you pressing charges? What's your message to the police department? Maya raises a hand. The noise quiets. Her voice carries, calm, strong, echoing through the tense night. I built this store from nothing, she says. Every rack, every brick, every late-night shift. Tonight they tried to strip it away, not because I broke the law, but because I broke their idea of who belongs here. The crowd listens, breath held. Still as stone, she turns toward the shattered window where it all began. They saw my skin before they saw my name. And that's the real crime. Applause erupts. Some cry, some cheer. The city, for once, feels united in outrage. The captain lowers his gaze, muttering into his radio, We'll handle internal affairs tomorrow. Maya hears him but doesn't look back. Handle it tonight, she says, because tomorrow the whole world will. A reporter shouts, Maya, one last question. What would you tell people watching this everywhere? She looks directly into one of the phones, her reflection clear in the screen. Her words are simple, heavy, unforgettable. Never let anyone arrest your worth. The street goes silent. Then cheers break like thunder. Maya turns away, steps back inside her boutique, closes the door and locks it. This time, on her own terms. The blue lights fade. The night exhales. Justice finally has a face. The street has emptied now. Only broken glass glints under the streetlights, catching the last traces of blue and red. Maya sweeps the shards into a small pile behind the counter. Her hands move slowly, deliberately, like she's cleaning the memory, not just the floor. Elena walks in quietly. They're all gone, she says. News vans, cops, everyone, just gone. Maya nods, her eyes distant. Good. Let them leave with their guilt. Elena hesitates. You okay? Maya pauses, brushes her bruised wrist with her thumb. No, she says softly. But I'm not broken. They stand in silence for a moment. The faint hum of the fridge, the soft flicker of a neon open sign still glowing in the window. Stubborn like her. Elena exhales. You made them listen, Maya. The whole city saw it. Maya looks at the cracked counter where it began. They didn't see me, she says. They finally saw what they did. Outside, a few candles have been placed on the sidewalk, quiet gestures from strangers. One bears a note. We stand with you. Maya unlocks the front door and steps outside again. The street feels different now, lighter, like it finally exhaled too. She looks up at the gold letters above the shop. Maya's Boutique. The crack across the window runs right through her name. But she smiles anyway. That crack stays, she murmurs, so they remember what truth looks like when it finally breaks through. Elena touches her arm gently. You think they'll change? Maya looks out at the street. The same one that witnessed her humiliation, now turned into her stage. Maybe not all of them, she says. But someone watching tonight will never walk past injustice the same way again. A distant siren fades. The air is still. Maya locks her door for the night, the keys jingling softly, the sound of ownership, of survival. She turns, looks straight into the camera still streaming in someone's trembling hands, and says her final line, You can't arrest a woman who owns her name. The feed ends there, her face calm, unshaken, immortal,